Let's take a look at the characters of the 2002 adaptation of Graham Greene's novel, The Quiet American. First up, Alden Pyle. Upon first meeting Pyle, he comes off as a soft-spoken, optimistic, and almost naive young man who has a real passion to stop the spread of communism in Vietnam. He says he's from the Economic Aid Commission and says that he wants to help people see. But, as with any good story, Pyle is a much more complex character than what's on the surface. Pyle is a character that at first could come off as a hero, someone to look up to, as if almost a protagonist. But if we look deeper down into Pyle's character, we see that some of his philosophies and ideologies have cracks and crevices in them. This leads to question his ideologies and beliefs. Is his actions justified? Pyle has very Western views about life, and he wants to stop communism in Vietnam, but Pyle holds a mentality that his actions, his philosophies, everything he does for Vietnam can cause no damage because everything he does is sincere. It is done with a sincere hope to help Vietnam. This shows the way to his gullible and naiveness. In this aspect, Pyle is used to represent America's part in the Vietnam War. Naive, gullible, and thinking that they can help. In reality, they don't really know much about the country that they're trying to help or assist. If you pay attention, for a lot of the film, he's in light-colored clothing. That white suit represents his innocence, his gullibleness, naiveness for a country that he wants to help. In the end, Pyle thought bloodshed was justifiable to help Vietnam, but in the end, his white suit turns red. Next up is Phuong. Phuong is a very shallow, flat character that isn't fully fleshed out. Phuong's thoughts, opinions, and actions are influenced by the people around her, her sister, Fowler, and even Pyle. Phuong represents Vietnam in the hands of others. She represents what it's like for a country to be controlled by forces other than their own culture or tradition. Take for example how easily she leaves Fowler for Pyle, and vice versa. She simply just wants to be with who can give her stability, and therefore represents Vietnam in the part of the film.
I haven't been able to get you out of my thoughts for more than a moment.
Lastly, Thomas Fowler. Thomas Fowler is a hard and blunt man who is highly observant and very opinionated, even though he resists opinions. Fowler wishes to stay neutral in the conflict and wishes to take no part, no action, or no side. He simply just wants to report the facts. But again, like Pyle, Fowler is a lot more complex deep down. Fowler has a love for Vietnam. He considers Vietnam his new home, and in fact has even fallen in love with a mistress. He wishes to marry her. Fowler is a complicated character, as throughout the film, he begins to contradict himself and completely unravel his beliefs so that he must choose a side to support the country that he loves.